What's up guys, my name is Mike and welcome to Boot Camp. In this episode, which is also the pilot, we're going to be covering the Skorpion Evo, one of my favorite guns in Black Ops 2 so far. And it also has the fastest fire rate in the game, so this might make for an interesting guide. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with the stats here. The first one, which is probably the least important, is it's unlocked at level 46, which could take a little while to get to in terms of ranking up, but it is well worth the wait, and I highly recommend you give it a shot. You're going to have about 32 rounds per magazine, and if you slap on extended mags, you're going to have 42, which is pretty decent, but there's a little downfall to that, and we'll cover that in a sec. The Skorpion Evo deals 33 to 18 damage, which means it is 33 damage up close and 18 damage at longer ranges. The average player, while playing, has 100 health, so you can see how long it would take at longer ranges to kill someone. This is definitely not the strongest gun in the game, by no doubt. So you got a 1.9 second reload speed, which is somewhat fast, but this only matters if you have rounds still left in the magazine. If you do not, you have a 2.52 second reload speed, which is a little slow for an SMG. The Skorpion Evo shoots an astonishingly high 1200 rounds per minute, and with rapid fire on, you got 1800 rounds per minute, which is unbelievable. Now the recoil is moderate. It's not too high, but it's not too low either, and one of the biggest problems is if you were trying to shoot somebody with a very small target, like if they're in prone, this will be very difficult to shoot them, as your gun will randomly kick up at certain times, and it is very unpredictable. Now what's interesting about this gun is it has one of the fastest firing rates in any Call of Duty, only a little bit behind the PPSH-41, which fires 1250 RPM, which is just a little bit higher than the 1200 we get from the Skorpion Evo. So now with the stats out of the way, we can go ahead and jump over to what works well with the gun. And the first thing we're going to cover is the attachments. Now I've looked around and I've found that only 3 attachments really do the best job. There's other ones that are good, but I have these 3 that work really well with me. The first one is the red dot sight, or the reflex sight. I'm so used to saying red dot. Red dot sight is great because the gun's iron sights are crap. They are very, very bad, and you guys should fix that as soon as possible. If you guys like the holographic sight, I don't know what it's really called in this game so far, but if you like that, which kind of blocks your peripheral vision, then go with that. It's all up to you, your preference, so just go with what you like better. The extended mags is probably the most important though, because if you compare it to the World at War PPSH-41, that gun had 71 rounds and still blew through ammo. And with extended mags, you're only getting 42 rounds, which is still really small. But it can allow for those triple kills or quad kills if you're lucky enough. So this could be extremely useful. In fact, it's almost essential to put on this gun. The last one I can suggest to you guys is the laser sight. If you enjoy hip firing, and this gun is great for hip firing, then go ahead and slap on the laser sight. And you should be able to get a lot more double kills and triples with this if you use the hip firing mechanism, the laser sight. Now I have to mention the bad attachments, ones that you should never use. The first one, which is probably not expected, is the rapid fire attachment. This thing is not worth using because it is too fast, which is surprising, but if you look at it, this gun already blows through ammo insanely fast, and there's no reason to have that extra RPM, because you're going to waste all your ammo on just one guy, and another guy's always going to come around the corner. Just don't question Call of Duty logic. It happens. So don't waste all your ammo on one guy, and that's too hard to control with rapid fire, so I highly do not suggest it. Now I've tested the recoil on this gun with foregrip, and I have to say don't use it, because I've tested it over and over, and I found very little difference. In fact, the recoil on the foregrip makes it a little jumpier. So if you're going to be, like I said, going after a target who's in prone and you fail, it's probably because you're using foregrip, because after a certain point it jumps up, which is very, very hard to predict. So I highly suggest you stay away from this as well. Now I'm going to lightly cover the perk choices for this gun. This is really up to you and your preference, as with most others, but I'm just going to cover what works well with this class. The first one is lightweight. It is great for rushing. I highly suggest it. Toughness is going to help you with your accuracy, but this is really just kind of a whatever. You can pick what you want. But really the third perk and the first perk go well, and the third perk is extreme conditioning, so you can keep on rushing and you won't get tired. I don't know why you get so tired in this game, but yeah, that, and also I put on perk 3 greed, which allows for dexterity, which means faster target acquisition because you pull the gun up faster after you're done sprinting, and it just works really well with this gun because you're going to be rushing around a lot, getting in people's faces. It's almost like a shotgun in my way. in my playstyle. Now, with that said, we can go ahead and talk about what playstyles work well with the gun. And really, I can think of two. One is rushing, which, you know, is rushing. There's really not much to say about it. Because of the fast time to kill, it shouldn't be a problem at all. In fact, you'd probably be dominating the rushing side of the game. The only one I can think of is spawn trapping, which actually works well in small maps like Raid or Meltdown. They actually work pretty well, so I highly suggest you try one of those two. That's pretty important with this gun. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this boot camp guide. I hope you enjoyed. I actually almost just said looter's guide, but thankfully I saved myself. So my questions to you guys are, what gun do you want to see next? So just let me know what gun you kind of want me to do next on boot camp. And what are your thoughts on the Skorpion Evo? Just let me know, guys. Do you like it? Do you think it's a little too late of an unlock? Just let me know. I greatly appreciate that. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating of some kind. I would really appreciate that. That directly supports my channel. You might not even know that, but it really does, and it helps a lot. Also, if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be posting tons of Black Ops 2 content, so stay tuned for that, and the best way to do that is by subscribing. So, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.